EA Sports, and the PGA of America are proud to present third round coverage of the PGA Championship. Major championships are where the world's best golfers rise to the occasion, trying to etch their names into the record books. Today, we will see which golfer grabs the spotlight here at the PGA Championship in action.
There's always advantage of hitting it further than most, Rich, and straighter than most. When you put the two together, it's just straight up a head start.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll. Great start.
Ready to tee off at this magnificent second hole. Frank, all I see are bunkers and water.
Well, that's pretty much what everybody else is going to see as well.
And let's see what she's got here. She is loading up for the big one.
Long just meant longer.
Oh, he loves that one. You can see it. This one is high, it is deep, and it is gone. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. And getting ready for the putt. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it.
Chance for back-to-back.
Frank well off the pace, but the true professionals, they keep digging, trying to get better. Now the stunning 188-yard par 3 third here at Whistling Straits.
Yeah, the green angles to the left. You have to be careful because it's well protected by those huge bunkers and dunes on the left. Yeah, this is not heading in the right direction.
You know, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Frank missed the green off the tee.
Yeah, but this is certainly a tricky little shot coming up here at the par 3.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Frank, this golf course is hard work, no question, but every once in a while it allows you to stop and just soak it all in. It is spectacular.
It is. In one respect, it's an enormously long golf course at 7,800 yards. If you look away from the landscape itself, it's truly beautiful.
Oh, come on, that's not even human. That's ridiculous. That is 350 plus yards. On the green in regulation. As this for her birdie. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Good effort and good par putt. Ready to tee off here at the 5th. It is a 603-yard snaking par 5.
Yeah, really, there's no way you can carry that water on the right side. 340 yards finds the fairway on that line, so that's not really worth it. Ideally, just hit it down the left side. Take your medicine.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
Now the second shot to the par 5. That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
Third shot, looking for a good one. On the green and looking at a birdie opportunity. So close. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Has it. Here at Whistling Straits, and they call this hole snake. Frank, how do you avoid getting bitten by it?
Well, if you go left, there's water. If you go right, there's water. This hole is anything other than straight, so it suits its name. Somehow find the fairway. Best way to play this is treat it as a 3-shotter.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, going back 100 years or more, we used to see winning scores in stroke play tournaments, 72-hole events of 300 thereabouts. But obviously, like so many things in golf, everything has improved.
Yeah, people would scoff at sort of saying 475s would win a U.S. Open or a British Open. It didn't, and it does. But, you know, with equipment and people have really got into the game, they've worked it out, and they just plain got better at it. They realize that, you know, stroke play, you can't just swing from the trees, so to speak. You've really got to work your way around and get better. You just can't sort of settle for mediocrity.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
She has a birdie opportunity right here. Has it, now sitting at 2 under par for the tournament. On the 7th tee now, and a tricky 221-yard par 3.
If you have a look at the way in which Pete Dye has designed this hole, you can see that the green shapes away to the right. So if you can bring the ball in from the left, it's certainly desirable.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. That is classy.
No chance of going in.
Frank, how much does that birdie help the cause?
Well, it doesn't look like much right now, Rich, just sneaking inside the top 20. But at the end of the day, that might be the one that turned the tide.
Frank, just tons of bunkers on the right. You hope the wind is in your favor.
Yeah, and sadly, your mind just about picks up on each and every one of them.
Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
Get down. Look out.
It's over. The green.
That will be a great look at birdie. These putts keep the round together.
That might go unnoticed, Rich, but that birdie just sneak inside the top 15.
Ready to round out the front nine here at Whistling Straits with a 442-yard par 4.
This one plays a little bit downhill, and the fairway and everything slopes towards the right. So you've got to be aware of that and just aim that tee shot a little further left than you'd think you would.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. These are all. She is making it look easy. Another excellent approach shot. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Are you kidding me?
That looked like it was in.
So they'll tap in. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Well, the best players have landed here in the middle of the country and really in another world. There is no golf course quite like Whistling Straits. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. And Frank, let's get it started here with the 10th hole.
Not very long at 391 yards. Some of the longer hitters can actually get very close to this green. But if you want to do that, you've got to flash it down the left side. That's a little dicey.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. Frank, safety off the tee. Now what happens on this second shot?
This green, Rich, is just elevated a little bit, so you can't just sort of grab a wedge and just hit away willy-nilly. You've got to be careful here. You must flight that shot in properly to make it land softly on the screen.
That was a solid strike and a good result. This is an 11-foot putt. Man,
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. That's a solid par putt. Par 5 11th, and Frank, just a few bunkers here on this hole.
A few. I've lost count of how many bunkers there are on 11. Ideally, you want to hit it down the left side, and this really where you take the head cover off, a good long one, because 645, doesn't matter whichever way you cut it, it's going to be a few good hits, plus some more.
Couldn't ask for too much better here. Second shot coming up here at the par 5.
That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, this is a huge par 5. How reachable is it?
Well, probably chances of getting home there, you're going to need something around the 340-yard mark off the tee. If you've done that, Well, one thing to be aware of is that huge bunker, that huge deep bunker short left of this green. That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
Perfect. And in the hole. What a shot. Now to the 12th, short little par 3.
Yeah, just a short iron in hand. You'd like to think it's a birdie opportunity. One of the biggest problems here, though, was putting. This green, anything other than flat.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Pretty good shot right there, about 10 feet away, setting up the putt for birdie. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. You have to make those from that distance. That hurts. Just 5 feet left. Good putt. Frank, here at the 13th, a lot can happen.
Just a gentle dogleg to the right, or at least the hole moves to the right, plus the slope of the fairway. So you've got
this. She is winding up, just wants to tear the cover off this golf ball. Wow, I mean, she absolutely annihilated that tee ball. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
I love that rhythm and tempo right there. Interesting, with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment, what with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design. Regarded as a very accurate player, that shot says it all. Shouldn't be a problem here. Ooh, so close. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
In for par. So with 5 holes left to play here at the PGA Championship, we arrive at this dogleg left, par 4.
Well, it's called Widow's Watch, but really it's a thinking man's hole. The long iron, maybe even a fairway wood just down the right side. That should set up a relatively simple short iron.
Not the best shot, this one in the rough, but still will have a play from there. Frank, this ball's in the rough. Anything you change in your technique when a ball's sitting down a little bit?
Yeah, you put the ball back a little bit further in your stance because you're going to get a bit of grass between the ball and the club face. So you have to allow for that and keep that club moving. That grass is going to be that grass is going to create a certain amount of resistance.
As this putt for birdie. Wrong time to be leaking oil here at the 14th hole, Frank.
Well, to state the obvious, too, that was very makeable. That's the one you'd expect to make more often than not. That's going to hurt.
Continues to roll the ball very well. Now the par 4 14th, and Frank, this is not about brute strength, is it?
A bit of a head scratcher here. When you first look at it, you think you just pull out the driver, but it narrows up in the driving area. So really it's a layup off the tee, just a short iron in from there.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
Second shot, good look at the green. Frank, can one small tweak from an instructor lead to a big turnaround?
With the right player, yeah. You just want to hear the right message. It's like anyone in life. You just want to be pointed in the right direction.
So 24 feet after that approach shot, Frank.
It's well, just outside the what you'd think very makeable distance.
This one measures out to 24 feet. Did a nice job with that putt. Good read, good speed. These putts keep the round together. Good stroke, just came up empty. Clean this up with a tap. And that's a bogey. Getting set to take on the finishing holes here at Whistling Straits. How do you close this out on the right foot, Frank?
Well, this is the shortest of the 4 par 5s at 568 yards. There's a big crop of bunkers down the right side. Just a driver off those is certainly going to make this par 5 reachable.
Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank.
Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
This one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it. Send it.
That one was running so hot. Frank, this is where the mental game really comes into play. You've hit a second consecutive shot into the rough.
This could compound very, very quickly. So now's a chance to just take a little breath, take a breather, and try to make sure this shot certainly gets out. I mean, this skill and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. Just playing excellent golf. 5 under for the tournament. Frank, the 17th hole. I don't like the sound of it. It's called pinched nerve. And I'm not sure I like the look of it. 249 yards and all sorts of trouble to the left.
Well, trouble to the left, there is some 20 feet below the level of the green, so that's a no-go zone. And then, of course, on the right, there's a huge mound, a sand dune there with a bunker in it. That sort of makes you hit that tee shot a little further left. But believe me, there is a little bit of green in between both.
Well, she just played a wonderful shot from back there. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Moves into the top 10 with that birdie. Well, it's pretty simple. You want to put your name alongside the likes of Vijay Singh, Martin Keimer, men who've won PGA championships right here at Whistling Straits. Then you need to knuckle down and make something happen at this final hole.
Yeah, par to win might be easy to say, but on a hole like this, 520 yards, it's hard to do. Oh, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it?
Frank, this approach to 18, it will test you in every way.
Yeah, even off a good tee shot, it's a difficult second, and this is one that you really have to think, perhaps maybe hitting that second shot a little right of center.
How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
Now on the green, has about 10 feet left there to save par. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Don't forget, the final round comes your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, so long for now. The final hole